For today's shoulder workout, we're using the Allegro 2 from Balanced Body. I've got the infinity bar in position number 1. I'm going to make that a high bar by lifting it up. Grab it from the center, make sure it's not locked, lift up, drop down, and it's in its place. Now I have one red spring on the reformer. I'm going to begin with an overhead press in a quadruped position. So I've got my feet on the blocks, knees right here, and I want to make sure I'm at the corners with my hands, pressing back and just trying to find the knees under the hips. If I'm right here, I can feel that crease in my leg. I want to come right here and pull my rib cage in. Think of a nice neutral spine. So this is our first exercise. We're going to do this overhead press together, one red spring. Here we go, bending elbows to the side as we inhale, and then exhale, and inhale, and exhale. So notice my body. I'm not moving my hips up and down. My spine stays relatively neutral when I'm doing the exercise, and pressing out. And I'm really focusing on that full overhead press here, all the way with that spring tension, back and in. Keep going. Got about 10 right here. We got last 2. Feeling the arms as you press out. And your last one right here. Nice work. Come all the way in with control, and we're gonna set up for our next exercise. So that's with both arms. That's a great exercise to warm up that range of motion for an overhead press. Now, what if I want to work on stability? I'm going to throw in a single arm version of the same exercise. For your spring tension, you can lighten up. For me, I'm going to make it a blue button so I can really maintain my form and not lose that connection as I'm pressing overhead. It means no side bending, nothing funky with your spine. What we're going to do is set up the same way, both hands on top here. We're going to push back. It feels much lighter already with both arms, but find your same position. So I want the knees directly underneath those hips. We're going to pause right here. I'm going to choose a side and then bring that opposite hand down to the bed. So that keeps me pretty square. Here I go. I'm going to bend the other elbow out. Inhale, come over the bar. 2, exhale. 1. Now, because it is lighter, you're going to feel a tendency because your body's going to want to twist, turn, side bend, and I want you to think about using your center. When you push all the way out, the spine wants to move. Just use that core. Other hand is here, just lightly on the mat. We got 5 more on this arm. Keeping the elbow going out for 4 and 3. Great exercise to really practice that center, controlling your spine. 1 more right here. Hold it out for me, pause. Check in with your form. Other hand on top. Here we go. Other hand right here. Don't try to kick out through the shoulder up by the ear. Keep it retracted. We're going to bend it. We're going to push. 1. Keep your spine, keep your knees, keep your body. Exhale, 2. So again, you're going to feel this tendency with any unilateral exercise that your spine and the rest of your body is going to want to compensate for that stability. Keep going. Here is 5. Pushing out. And 6. Watching those knees. Don't let them creep under your body. We got 4 more. Pushing away. Keep your shape. And 3. Last 2. Spine stays where it is. 1 more time. Here we go. Very nice. Come all the way in. Pause at the bottom here. Check in with your shoulders. See how you're feeling. Feeling really good on both arms. Let's go ahead and get to the next exercise. For the last 2 exercises, what you're going to do is take the bar down to normal height from position number 1. So go ahead and bring that down to here is fine. With your spring tension, you're going to lighten up. So you're going to come to a yellow button. Now, again, the cool thing about the Allegro 2 is because you have this extra row of buttons, you have a little bit more tension and control with your range of motion for certain exercises. What you're gonna do here is take a seat facing the tower or the end of your reformer, and I wanna sit just in the middle right here. From this position, get nice and tall. Remember, you have a very light spring on. We're gonna grab each of our straps, and I wanna make sure I'm crossing them. So notice there's double loops with the Allegro 2. I'm gonna grab the long ones, and I'm gonna start with the rear fly exercise. It's basically coming out to a letter T without bending your wrist. So muscle focus, rear delt. We're gonna breathe in, we're gonna exhale. Try to go past your body. So my arms right here, I wanna go a little further, then slowly come on back, okay? And again, exhale, and slow. Now for some of you, you might feel that your arms are creeping up by your ears and elevating. Sink them down. Think about a nice proud chest, and you can be right about bra line level with your arms or chest level. And inhale, keeping the head nice and stacked, and exhale. So even though it's a light spring, you're gonna feel that because you're taking your arms through range of motion right back here, where you're trying to really utilize the rear part of that deltoid. We got 4 more. Roughly 10 reps, you guys. I know this exercise creeps up. 3. Super tall in your spine. Here's 2. We got 1 more right here. And exhale. Feeling that burn behind us. Come on back. Nice job. Okay, give yourself a moment here. Check in. If you're comfortable where you are, great. If you need to readjust, do that now. The next part I want to show you is basically a snow angel. So we're going to be coming into an overhead position with our arm and bringing that down in a bent arm versus long. And you're going to focus on retraction of your shoulder blade behind you, so middle back. You're also pushing this direction, so behind your body. We're just going to get that rear delt again. So first thing we want to do is take the small loop. I'm going to hook that over my forearm, followed by the other one. Now I've uncrossed my straps, so they're pretty free. And then from here, I'm basically going to sense tension on my straps. I'm going to open my elbows to a goalpost. Now, notice what's happening. Open your chest, drop your shoulder blades, and this is our start. So I want to come downwards as I'm pushing behind me. And then I want to come up as I'm pushing behind. Now, what I'm trying to do is really focus on those stabilizers in the middle of my back, so mid-trapezius, as well as the rear delt. 2. So it doesn't look like a huge exercise, but you have a yellow button, and your arms, hopefully, are behind your shoulders. So I'm pushing backwards consistently as I'm coming overhead and as I come back down. And for me, what I like to think about is bringing my elbow to my rib cage. So I'm really squeezing right here. Good, overhead. We got last 3 right here. Stick with it, reaching and back. And 2. And back. 1 more right here. Inhale to exhale. Ooh, that's a lot of work for the upper back. So go ahead and come on back forward. Pause for a second here. Roll your shoulders. Take a moment. Breathing. Next exercise is going to be taking the loops right here, the small ones, over the forearm. And you'll be placing your elbows in front of you. Now I've got them slightly lower than shoulder height. super tall spine. I'm gonna be pushing into a goalpost, and the goalpost is gonna be behind my body, okay? So that's my effort, is going behind. Watch your head, so it doesn't jet forward. Stack it up, and then start to come on back. Watch your shoulders from creeping up. Every time you press behind you, feel that muscle group, middle of the spine, right around the mid-trapezius area, and that rear deltoid. So with each of these, I'm gonna go ahead and exhale, and then inhale, and exhale. So notice what's happening. If one side feels like it can't go back anymore, it feels a little bit too tight in the front, it's probably an indicator that you've got to stretch the front of your chest or work on your shoulder mobility, okay? So we're not symmetrical. It might be one side that's a little bit different than the other. We're gonna inhale forward. We're gonna exhale, press. And this exercise in particular might remind you of a prone exercise for posture on the ground. So when you're doing something like a prone cobra, or you're doing a prone goalpost lift, or even like a swimming exercise, you're working those muscles along that posterior chain. We got 2 more right here. Breathing in, breathing out. 1 more. Now the last one, we're gonna hold it behind. We're gonna push, we're gonna hold, we're gonna really get our body as tall as we can. Press for 5, 4, little isometric for 3, I know, for 2, and then return on back. Very nice, excellent. Great job on your shoulder workout today using the Allegro 2 by Balanced Body. If you guys have questions or comments about the exercises I've chosen for this workout, go ahead and drop them in the comment box below. If you guys have suggestions or requests, also include those, and I'll see you next time. If you are seeking a full body program and you would like more instruction, make sure to check out the link below. The program I have is called Foundations. I'll take you through beginner, intermediate, and advanced exercises from Pilates mat work, resistance training, and mobility. Now, if you want to feel stronger in your body, more connected, being able to move and access your mobility, and feel more stable and balanced, make sure you check out that program. You can literally do it anywhere.